Now let us take our discussion a little forward and discuss about the second heading on the assets side of the balance sheet. Second heading is what? Second heading is current assets. It says current assets are classified in the following 6 subheadings. So this we already know and we have discussed it while discussing the format of the balance sheet, right? We all know current assets has 6 subheadings. Okay, so let's quickly have a look onto the 6 subheadings, then one by one we will be discussing each one of them. Clear? So first one, as you can see, it is current investments. Then we have inventories, second one. Third is trade receivables. Fourth one, cash and cash equivalent. Fifth one is short-term loans and advances. And the sixth one is other current assets. So these are the 6 subheadings under the heading of current assets. Done with this? Now let's go up once again. Now let us discuss each subheading one by one. So the first heading, as we can see, is about current investments. Very obvious, whenever we talk about the word current, means we are talking about something which is within the time period of 12 months, right? So current investments will be those investments which would be held by the company, which would be held by the business for a very short period of time. That means for a period within 12 months. Maybe it is 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. After completing of the holding period, the asset, or I would say the investment, would be converted into cash, means it would be sold off. We are not going to hold that particular investment for a longer period of time. Whatever investments we are holding for a period of less than 1 month with the motive to sell them off, convert them into cash, such investments are called as current investments. Clear? Now there are certain classifications. Let's have a look onto that. What are the classifications? See. In case we are investing in any equity instruments, in case we are investing in any preference shares, debentures, bonds, mutual funds or government funds. Clear? Next what we have? Next we have is the second subheading, that is inventories. Now what are inventories? See, if we talk about the balance sheet format that we generally prepare for partnership or when we prepare for those NPOs, you know that item. That item is called as stock. Okay, that comes on the asset side of the balance sheet. This also you know. Now just think that the stock, that item or that term that we used to use, that has become a little upgraded and now it is being called as inventories. Okay, so the name has been a little upgraded and now we are calling the same stock as inventories. Clear? So what are inventories? Inventories means the stock that is held for the purpose of trading in the normal course of business. What are the examples? Let's have a look onto the examples. Raw materials. If there is any raw material in the company, in the firm, where will it come? It is actually a stock of the business. It is actually the part of inventory. Clear? Next is work in progress. What is work in progress? Means from the raw materials, when we are moving towards the production of the finished goods, that finished goods, when it is not completed, it is in the midway, that is actually work in progress. Right? Simple language. I am explaining you all in very simple language so that your basic concepts are clear. Next, finished goods. What are finished goods? When through the raw materials we have prepared the product that we wanted to prepare, that is actually finished goods. But then it's very obvious that if any company is preparing the finished goods, it's not very obvious that at that moment itself it would be sold in the market. No, even finished goods are kept as stock in the godown of the company. Right? Stock means what? Whatever I have in backhand. There can be my pure raw materials. There can be some half finished products which is called as work in progress. There can be the full finished products which are still to be sold off in the market. Right? So inventories will constitute all of them. Clear? Next we have stock in trade. Stock in trade means the goods which I have acquired for trading, means the goods which I have purchased for trading. That is stock in trade, right? Next is stores and spares. Stores and spare means some spare parts, or you can take loose tools also along with it. Some loose tools, some tiny parts of any machinery. That all together in itself, it's not a perfect machinery. In itself, it's not a complete product. Maybe the nails or nut and bolts, those kind of thing, loose tools, spare parts, okay, that also comes under inventories. Clear with this? Very simple. Now coming to the third subheading, that is trade receivables. What are trade receivables? You all must be knowing the term bills receivable. You all must be knowing the term debtors, right? Now when we combine both debtors and bills receivable, it comes as a new word, that is trade receivables. Clear? Let's read. Trade receivables refers to the amount receivable on the account of sale of goods or services which were rendered by the company in the normal course of business. What does that mean? That means in case a company has sold any kind of goods or the company has sold any kind of services, then definitely the company is going to charge something, the company is going to receive some amount. So that amount which the company is going to receive, as because it has sold some kind of goods or sold some kind of services, that amount is called as trade receivables. Clear? They are classified as current assets if the amount is expected to be realized within a period of 12 months. So if I know that for a goods that I have sold, suppose I have sold 50 units of a particular goods, and the money I am going to receive within the next 3 months. So what will that be amount shown as? It will be shown as trade receivables.